Professor, when I submitted my term paper, you told me this English is not scientific. What is scientific English?
When we use scientific English, it is important to use appropriate English style so that your work can be accepted by the science community. Today, we will discuss the scientific English style by comparing it with other styles of English. These days, we use English all the time. We speak English to chat with friends from other countries. We read English textbooks to prepare for your class. Or sometimes we write English to submit your final paper to your class professors. However, sometimes professors may not accept your paper. There are a couple of reasons why professors do not accept your English papers. Therefore, to get your paper accepted, you need to consider 3 points: the class, the professor as a reader, and the students as writers, and final paper writing guidelines. Therefore, to learn English for Science and Technology and its writing, we need to consider points around it. They are members of community, scientific community, and acceptable communication styles. And the communication in the scientific community needs training with the understanding of the readers, acceptable communication style, and the community itself. As we discussed so far, in English for Science and Technology and its scientific writing, there are discernible characteristics in terms of words, grammar, and structure. Take a look at the following examples. As we see in here, the lengths of the sentences are getting longer. Other than that, there are grammar and vocabulary differences. In terms of grammar, we have active voice in here and passive voice down here. For the words, we have some non-technical words or everyday words, and here it sounds like a technical words. For example, here the verb look at and conduct observations, the ball and the designated spherical object. So as you read these sentences one by one, words sounds more technical or scientific, and the grammar gets more complicated. As we see in the previous examples, we have the several different sentences meaning the same ideas. People use different sentences for different purposes. So here we are going to take a look at the examples of different writing styles. First, take a look at the example of fiction style. This is a fiction style. The excerpt is from The Hound of Baskerville by Arthur Conan Doyle. The purpose of fiction is to tell story to the readers. Therefore, there is a point of view of the narrator. The purpose can be achieved using specific words, word choice, and grammar. In the excerpts in here, we see the words describing Mr. Holmes from my point of view, which is I. The sentences are mostly in active voice, and there is a direct speech to deliver the situation in a vivid way. The sentences are in active voices, and there is a direct speech in here to deliver the situation in a vivid way. This is an excerpt from a newspaper article. In the newspaper article, on the other hand, we see the headline of the news followed by the news report itself. Since the news article discusses current and recent news, there are specific vocabulary choices depending on the topics. In this news article, the article is about economy in America. So there are words denoting or meaning economy and economy-related words. So notice the words unlike fiction. Sentences may start with inanimate nouns, such as American economy, and nearly all of the involvement. Here's another example. Unlike our previous examples, this is taken from an online message board. Unlike our previous examples in here, the style of English lacks some kind of formality. So it's very informal. For example, here we see the punctuation and capitalization is not carefully considered. We see some of the uppercase letters for emphasis. Further, there are contractions like don't, your, shouldn't. Although it's written in a message board, this sounds like a conversation with close friend, between close friends. If we write your term paper in this way, then your professors probably will not accept your final work as appropriate, because your final paper lacks formality. Now we have the scientific writing style. This is the beginning of the scientific research paper on genome study. There are technical terms that non-biology majors may not understand. However, there are some words that ordinary people may understand. The word is sequenced. In fact, in biology, sequence is used as a verb. It means the process of the one-dimensional ordering of a molecule linked with a biopolymer. This special definition is different from what we know about the word sequence. For us, the definition of the word sequence is like this: a set of related events or particular order of events. And take a look at the structure of this passage. The first sentence of the passage or paragraph provides the topic or main ideas of this paragraph. The rest of the sentences support this topic sentence by providing evidences and elaborated examples. This is one of the characteristics of scientific English compared to other styles of English, such as fiction or message board communication. We have explored the characteristics of scientific writing styles by comparing its stylistics with fiction, newspaper, and message board style. There's a big difference among these styles. Mainly, these differences are from vocabulary, grammar, and passage structure.